Something is going on air. Okay, now it's okay, I guess.
Oh, we are live and on air, coming to you live from the Super Trucker Podcast on Thursday. Just another short little video here before we do the official 2 p.m. podcast. I'm Michael. This is Christian.
Hello.
What's up, guys? So, again, we were taking a few moments to address some of the topics that are coming in, because once we're in the main podcast, sometimes we do like to interact a little bit with you guys, and so we may not cover all the topics. So these are some very important things that came up. We did a video. Please check it out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on how long it should take to onboard somebody during this COVID-19 experience. We've been hearing things of 10 days, 30 days, even longer, well, even with some really big name companies. So we wanted to address that, and we got another thing to talk about. What are we going to talk about next?
Ooh, the other major topic.
Is this an elephant in the room?
Yeah.
No, that's me.
Dun, dun, dun. Should I move my truck? Or
stay home.
Or stay home.
Should I stay or should I go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that song.
Just like that song by Cyndi Lauper, you said? No, it's The
Who's
Clash.
that?
It's The Clash.
The Clash.
So, yeah. Should I stay or should I go? That's something that we're getting a lot. It's not just here that we hear it. There's a lot of videos out there talking about it, a lot of live videos discussing it. You're getting, yes, stay home, don't run for cheap freight. If you continue to run for cheap freight, you'll always run for cheap freight. I don't understand that one, but I mean, literally, that's several people's opinion. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at it individually. My opinion is I would run. I have to keep the wheels turning and generating revenue, regardless of how much that will be. Not to deplete probably resources that are at the house. I mean, if you got money saved up, you don't want to go through that. Parking the truck yields you nothing. You're just getting in deeper and deeper. My opinion. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Well, my opinion is if you are in the position to make that decision, to stay or to run, that means you are a business owner. You run your own business. And if your business is only based on good times and on luck and on easy times, then that's a very poor business
model.
Yeah. So I say you have to make a business decisions, and the business decisions is always run, because I don't see businesses going steady across the life. I think it either goes up or down. Pick one. So even running for lesser rates, you still pushing your business forward, because even if you're going to lose a little bit of money, subjectively, right? If you're going to lose a little bit of money based on what you were planning to make, you're still going to be not in deep of a hole when the time is going to come when you're trying to get out of it and move forward. So I say run no matter what, because the industry, the market, the economy will not adjust to you. The only thing that this whole thing, big machinery, gonna do, if you're gonna slack, it will chew you alive and spit you out. That's how I see the
even
business.
if you view it across a different industry, like let's take restaurants for example. Some guys are closed and some people are doing takeout. Their
something
costs
is better than nothing.
Yeah, their costs are going to be the same. That's not going to change, but something is better than nothing. So when it's all said and done, it's better to lose a little than everything, I guess,
and
right?
look, restaurant. I actually think this whole topic could be a lot more easier to talk if we're talking about other people than us, right?
All right, so yeah.
And we know I love to
sell
talk about
cheeseburgers,
restaurants,
but,
right?
yeah, but the business is the business. It doesn't matter what. So let's talk about that restaurant that you just mentioned. You know, we do the takeout. So now, once economy gonna kick back in, first of all, we kept at least the base of their customers, because the customers saw that we were open in the drive-through. So the next thing, somebody makes a decision to go to eat, Now we're gonna be okay. That place, I've seen them open during coronavirus. The chances are we still open. You also that business may build some additional customer base who we're gonna drag from other restaurants that are not functioning, and once it's going to be open, now that restaurant is 10 feet ahead of everybody else because we got the people who works inside. All we need to do, bring more product, open up, show the world that we are now open for walk-ins, and the business is on. I mean, is that going to be just as good as it was? Who knows? Nobody can predict that. But we are way ahead of everybody else who said it ain't worth it. And did we make the money during that?
Probably not. No.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It was a survival mode.
Yeah. And then you have the other factors too, right? So other locations are letting go of good people, not fighting, and then that kind of shakes the tree a little bit. So if you were the one that was doing the takeout, and now there's some extra work labor out there that now you could capitalize on once the market turns around and change some things up. So you got that opportunity as well.
Yeah, and also look at the people who's gonna walk away once you're gonna have that takeout option. The chances are you're gonna need less people than in fully open restaurant. So you most likely, all your lazy people, all your people who are there just by chance, not a choice, we're gonna be way gone. Why are you smiling?
Are you here by chance or choice?
Yeah. What's up?
Just lazy people. I was like, all right, okay.
But yeah, those guys we're gonna be gone because that for a lot of people this whole thing is a one big nice Corona vacation. That's how we see it.
Yeah, there is, and that's the thing. I mean, I know we've kind of taken it to a different line of business with the restaurant thing, but at the end of the day, it has to be a self-motivation decision. If you are putting everything and every bit of your effort based upon the return you get on your investment, then you're not ever invested into your future. You're only invested into the now. So if my truck doesn't run for less than $2 a mile, bringing it back to transportation for a second, and you're the kind of guy that's only invested in the now. That means you're living for the now right now. So to see past that is the guy who's got the business mindset that says, look, man, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to stay focused, and a little bit of something's a whole lot better than a whole lot of nothing. So nothing stops. No brakes are being put on hold at the banks and at the home and on the light bill. They can tell you, they're just telling you. I get an email too that says, hey, as long as you pay your car payment within 30 days, don't bother calling us. It didn't say, hey, your car payment's not due. It just said, as long as you pay within 30 days, don't bother calling us. So they're just trying to make some accommodations for the situation, but nothing's going to change. When it's time, when they need their money, they're going to want it. And if you were out there working, even if you feel like you're working for nothing, but you're breaking even, you're not. You're actually sustaining. And like these guys said with the restaurant side of it, you're that much further ahead when the doors open. It's like running a race and somebody saying, hey, man, I'll let you get 10 feet ahead of me. It helps you, propels you, and it's investing for the future, not the now. So you got to get out of your own mind. You got to stay focused, and you got to be willing to understand that business, sometimes it's fat and happy, and sometimes it's lean. And right now, regardless of who wants to sit at home and cry about it being fair or not fair, I don't agree with it either. But
and look, I'm gonna have to seriously agree to Big Rig Radio Network. Just made a comment about business and emotions. If you mix those two things together, you're out of business. Because when I was running on the road, man, that $1 a mile sounds bad. It really sounds bad. There was times when I just not to go home would take a load from, let's say, Carolinas to Las Vegas for, I don't know, $1.10 a mile. And in a different market, in a way better market than it is now. And sometimes I would talk to some of my friends who would I would get sunken with all that negativity from them. And for those 2,000 miles, I'm like, what the hell? I'm working for peanuts. And, you start feeling bad about yourself.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
But I still made that decision not to turn around and go back home. I actually picked up that load, went to Las Vegas, picked up another load out of Las Vegas on Monday. Probably back then it was like $1.90 something, $2 a mile to shoot back to Carolinas. boom, my check comes, I'm packing money. And if I would fall into this, oh my God, I'm not gonna make the money right now, that rate is killing me. No, really, nothing is. I don't think anything is killing anything. I think it's probably gonna be highly unpopular, but I think if you can run as steady as possible, and I'm sure for $1.10 a mile right now, you can run fairly steady if you're not hunting for more, because hunting for more creates that being stuck, getting into situations. Even if you run for $1.10 a mile consistently, you will make money, because if you're gonna ask your average driver, what's your cost per mile of your business? We will tell you the number, but can we explain? Can we break it down? And how realistic is that gonna be? Is that gonna be about what you want or what you have to do?
Right, and I think the emotion part of it, I wonder if the guys that are deciding to, hey man, my truck, I'm gonna stay home, if they looked at it in a different perspective. Because that might be an emotional decision, because it's just you, your responsibility is just you, your truck, your insurance, and your household. It's all one, kind of all tied together, right? What if you had 4 or 5 trucks and you had 3, 4 drivers? Are you going to tell everybody, hey, all right, guys, just go home, hide under the bed, and we're going to be okay? But now you might lose guys. Yeah. What if these guys were your really good owner, really good drivers? Will you make that same decision if you had 3? So I just think you have to look at it from that point of view, from that business mindset of what can happen if I do park this truck.
You can't mix the two, right?
And I agree, because a while back, the rates are like during certain seasons, crazy good. $3 a mile is not a stranger. So now, sometimes people get used to that, $3 a mile, and we had under this roof some owner operators who bailed out, who said, I cannot do this, I'm not making money if I'm running for less than $3 a mile. And we shut down. Like, so that's just a decision.
Yeah, it's a polluted
based
mindset
on the emotion, and that's it.
I mean, you got a lot of guys that pride is what causes it. I mean, it's this thing that if I feel like that I'm not getting what I feel like in my own mind that I'm worth, then I'm doing a disservice to myself and to all those around me by taking freight for $1.50, $1.40, $1.30, whatever it may be on the drive-in side. And the problem is that in this world today, when you sit over there and you fold your arms and you're like, I'm changing this industry, I'm gonna make my truck's not gonna. I'm over here like, that's good, buddy. Appreciate that. Thanks, that, because that's more for me, And I'm gonna go get that freight that you're not. So we're not gonna change anything. I see constantly. I can't tell you how many posts I read. Everybody boycott. Everybody stop running. Man, somebody's gonna pick that freight up. So
not everybody can afford to do that.
I understand what you're trying to do, and I'm not saying that you don't have a right to feel that way. Again, that's not what we're saying. We understand the pride and the fact that you are, if anything, you deserve more right now than ever before. But unfortunately, that's just not how it's going, and that's not what's happening right now. And you can't change that, and I can't change that. So to hurt yourself to try to prove a point, it's not beneficial to you and to your family. So that's the real question you have to ask, is who's really paying the cost when you decide to fold your arms and say, this truck's not moving? Who's really paying that cost? And who's really going to suffer from that? Him? The guy that's going and grabbing the load right behind you? Nah, he doesn't care. So
that guy is actually moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
That guy is moving forward and he's not looking back. That's the difference. That guy probably in another year or so will be passing you, passing your beat up truck on a brand new spanking.
Yeah. And Big Red says that they have to train your, and I say this a lot too, man, that you're hitting the nail on the head. You got to train your brain to not make these things personal. You can't take them personal. And that's hard. That's hard in any industry, any part of your life. When somebody says something to you, especially criticism is always hard, even for myself to take. And I sometimes I'll get aggressive and I want to rebuttal, but sometimes later when I'm in my alone time and I'm thinking, I'm like, dang, everything they said was right. So, that's always the thing that we can grow as people, not just drivers. We can grow as people
My beeper.
to better ourselves and to better our family, why we do all this. So yeah, absolutely, guys. So that was the big question: is should I move or should I not move right now? Look, we get it. It's not the perfect world right now for nobody, but we all three are in agreement that you should definitely keep the wheels moving. That's why we're here. I mean, we could theoretically just all go work from home and do whatever, and whatever happens, but we're not. We're here. We're making these videos. We're keeping everything alive, and we're fighting because of what we believe in, and we know that's what's best, so that when the gates do open, we're already out, headed towards the finish line. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree. And look, even, does the company make money right now? No. But the company is still open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Because the company is just not going to say, oh, that's it.
Yeah. We're adjusting.
We're not making
adapting.
money. Oh, all right. We're not gonna make money right now, but by being alive, by staying in the business, staying in the fight, we will be swinging when it swings back.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's easier to adjust and all that.
Yeah, because if you can survive right now,
nothing else.
Yeah,
nothing
come on,
else
man.
can scare you.
When the
Coronavirus 2.0.
When the getting's good, I think of how much more far ahead you're gonna be. So that's what I tell them: sharpen your skills.
But it's easier to adjust. You're right, than to start from scratch again.
Yeah,
completely from the bottom up.
And
that's gonna be you.
Anybody else out there that dropped out of the business through rough times, whatever, rough is different for everyone. Somebody's rough is $3 a mile and $2 per gallon
It's
of
really tough
diesel.
out there right now. Yeah.
But anybody I know who ever left the business, we made a conscious decision to go out of business.
We got a question from Damon. Under Voyager Nation, do you guys consider someone that wants to be home every weekend or regional? Yes, absolutely. So what we do here is basically some of our guys are out home every weekend. Some of them are out for a month and a half. We're not going to force dispatch you. We're looking for that partnership that you're going to understand, or we need you to understand that if you're home every weekend, you're not seeing that OTR check. Yeah, that's two different places that you're going to be in. So as long as there's that understanding, what you put in is what you get out. We're okay with that. And if a guy wants to turn that on and say, hey, it's November, I want to get ready for Christmas time, and you want to be out 2 weeks at a time and come back, I'm okay with that as well. And then you want to flip it back.
And I want to add to Damon as well. Look, man, you're a businessman. You make those decisions, and you do you. You want to be home every weekend? Be home every weekend. The company that does all that, dispatching and all that transportation management service for you, we will just gonna do their business. So you make that decision, and you eat the fruits of what you make. Because I think any owner operator who wants to be successful have to come with a business mind to the table, and that's how success is gonna happen. So yeah, weekend, every other day, once a month, it's your call. It's your business.
Right. And so to kind of elaborate on that, when you guys make these decisions, I'll get calls, guys saying, hey, I like to do Texas and come right back. And then again, we go back to the emotion. It's what I like to do. But what if UPS or FedEx said, hey, we only do Texas and Florida. That's all we do. And you limit your business to that, then your market share will never grow. Your financials are going to be pretty much the same all the time.
So this is a good time for everybody to learn how to be flexible, adjustable, understanding. I didn't create this. You didn't create this. We're in these times together. That's where we unite as one. We all come together to be successful on both ends, and we have to adapt on the inside just like you guys have to do on the outside. So we really appreciate you guys watching. Where we'll be back at 2 o'clock for the regular podcast, where we'll be willing to take a lot more questions, interact with you guys a lot more. We just wanted to make these 2 videos to kind of get some topics out that we're hearing a lot. So if you have some questions for us, come back at 2 o'clock in just a little bit. We'll be back on. And again, thanks for watching. To all the drivers out there, thank you for all that you're doing. We definitely, we just really appreciate you and your bravery out there. So thanks again, guys.
And don't forget, once we're gonna go back to PM, there is gonna be current rates,
Yep.
and you can actually
Yeah, you can see what's going on in the
compare
market
it
live.
to
Yep.
whatever you guys getting, and base your decisions before booking the next load. Just based on some data that's very accurate and current.
Yep, it'll be absolutely the loads that were booked from Monday to Thursday this week.
2 o'clock.
Thanks, guys.
2 o'clock.